Fredos Football Talk. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today is that boy, DC. What up, DC?
What's going on, Fredo?
Man, not much, my guy. Just right here. And, of course, we got Steven in the back, handling everything behind the scenes over there. But today, we do not have my boy, Jerron, in the building. Work got caught up with him today, but hopefully he'll be here next week. He will be missed for today's episode. But, DC, we got some stuff to talk about, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. But before we do all that, if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Hit us up. Social media platforms as well. Instagram, Facebook, Fredos Football Talk. Go ahead, click on it and like us, subscribe. Hey, you know what? Since you're doing that, share this video as well. But besides that, DC, man, how do you think everything's going on right now, man? Some coaches got hired.
Yeah.
Coaches are still getting interviewed.
Yeah.
Some players over here with some drama.
Uh-huh.
They can't keep the trouble, with contained.
Yes.
But yeah, man. So how do you feel? How do you feel, man?
It's a little more going on than I thought it would be for this week. First off, with Brady coming out that he wants to retire, and hats off to him, man, and congratulations on a superb career.
Yeah.
He's going to be missed, but I'm glad he realized it was about that time.
Yeah.
If it ain't in you no more, then just let it go. Go ahead and along with him and J.J. Watt, that Hall of Fame class for 28 already got 2 seats filled.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With them guys coming out at the same time. So I think they only take 5 a year. So 2 spots have already been filled because I'm sure both of those guys are going to be first ballot. But 2 awesome careers, guys that you really enjoyed watching play, even if you were rooting for him, and most of the time Brady, you were rooting against him, but he still played a beautiful game, man.
Yeah.
Always.
That being said, bro, like I kind of wish that these 2 great players weren't going in at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Brady is going to take away the shine out of J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Respectfully, don't get me wrong, man. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. Those who don't know, I do follow the Patriots. They were my second favorite team. But you could say that having those 2 going in at the same time is going to be great. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the majority is going to be Patriots fans,
Oh, yeah.
traveling over there, and Buccaneers fans as well.
No doubt.
But I know that if I had an opportunity to go over there and see J.J. Watt, mind you, he might be I'll take that, but he's gonna be the second Texan going in as a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Andre Johnson this year will get inducted.
Yeah.
But the chance for that, we don't know what's gonna happen yet. I want to say Thursday we're gonna find out if who gets into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I know it's the Thursday before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out who goes to this.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And hopefully Andre Johnson does make it in, man.
Yeah.
He'll be the first Texan ever to represent.
Because you don't want to keep slipping. Because when you slip, another group come in.
Exactly.
Another group come in. So you want to go ahead and get in there as soon as possible. But speaking of taking away shine, I done gave Brady his props. Now I need to talk about him. Hey, man, you didn't have to do that on the day that Demeco Ryan got hired, man. He retired, and every show was about him retiring. It wasn't even about Demeco Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Brady, man. You could have waited a little bit, at least after the Super Bowl, man, to do that, man. Took away from Demeco's shine, man. At least it didn't in Houston.
Yeah.
But nationwide, most of the show was all about Brady, man. Like, come on, man. Demeco just took the job in Houston.
Yeah. But all right, so national media, he took the shine, but locally, he did it, man.
Right.
Locally, man, everybody on Twitter, I'll be getting on these Twitter spaces. And I like to listen to what other fans got to say, And believe me, Brady was not a topic, man. Like Demeco got his love here in Houston. He's the coach of the Texans. He's not the coach of everybody else.
Right.
And but yeah, Demeco's time and shine did not affect Tom Brady. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like at least in here in the Houston market, it didn't, man. Believe me. Demeco, he's the new head coach of the Texans.
There you go.
I'm excited about that, man. A true coach is coming to Houston and coach the Texans. And I felt this interview process was not a joke like
Right.
like it has been for the past 2 years.
Right.
First of all, you go and you hire David Culley.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, he only got 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Took a year, got fired a week after his last game, and then they're right here hiring other potential candidates, and you getting some names that you never heard of, or never had coaching experience,
right?
And now and then you hire Lovie Smith. I feel like that was your last resort, No shades to him at all, man.
Right.
No shades to David Culley or him, but I just feel like there's a reason y'all haven't been in NFL for that long. Meaning, I know Culley has always been a coordinator, not even a coordinator, but an assistant,
a position player,
a position coach.
Position coach.
And then you had Lovey coming from college, and he was in college coaching over there. 4 to 5 years?
And he was terrible when he did that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just felt like the Texans have always lagged on the last 2 coaching hirings until now. The Texans pull out the red carpet for him.
Yes.
When they flew him out to go get his family, came back, brought him to the NRG Stadium. Bro, they had everybody out there, former players, current players.
Yes.
And everybody's out there showing him love,
That's right.
Coach Cap is what they're calling him out there.
That's
and the Texans are just giving him all that love, man. Yeah. And I just can't wait to see what type of culture he brings, what type of change he brings, what kind of mindset he's going to give to the players, man.
Right.
This is going to be a true leader right here, man. Very energetic. He's 38 years old. He's still fresh, former player, solid defensive coordinator when he was in San Francisco. His defense, his first year, he finished with a top 3 defense, and then this year he finished with the first top defense, man. Yeah. So what do you think? So what are your thoughts on Demeco?
That's going to be huge. The culture part is going to be huge because from the jump, you're going to see some guys that jump on board and some guys that say this ain't for me. Yeah. And you may get guys like Brandon Cook, who's kind of sour on the organization. He may change his mind, like, I want to be a part of this going forward. Yeah. But if not, you'll see him traded by the deadline. Yeah. He won't be a part of it. But it's going to be huge. I want to see who he going to bring in surround him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coaching staff. You mentioned some of the former players, but if I'm him, if that person ain't qualified, even if they were my ex-teammate, don't bring them in there. You don't need to bring your friends in. You go out and you find the best person for that position, to move this organization right along. Because I think they got a real good shot with him as the leader. And it's going to be interesting going forward because, like I say, he's going to make some changes off the top. Yeah. From the jump, come after some draft, you're going to see his fingerprints all over. If you don't, it's going to be Caserio. But I think they're going to turn it over to him. I think they're going to say, hey, here you go. You handle this. And I think he's going to be up for the challenge. Yeah. So like I said, I'm waiting to see the coaching staff that he puts around him. Yeah. Yeah. And of course the draft.
So speaking of coaching staff, right now they're hiring, they're interviewing for offensive coordinator and I believe defensive coordinator as well. Right. You can tell that Demeco is going to have his handprints somewhat with the defense. Yeah. But overall, I'm pretty sure once if he finds a good defensive coordinator, he's going to lay off of it, and he's going to focus more about the team and not just one side, right? Like Lovey was with the defense. Lovie Smith, he was the defensive coordinator, so you can tell his mind was more on the defensive part, and maybe that's why he put too much on himself on the defensive part. If he would have focused maybe more on the team and had some saying on offense and defense and special teams, maybe he would have more success. Yeah. But he didn't, though. He was too much of a hard head, and he was too much in his ways, and stuff like that. I feel you can't coach out of a coach, right? That's right. So with the interview with Demeco, he's mentioned when he was in the draft room that he wanted to draft in the 6th round a linebacker. He didn't say who, but he had to make a good decision for the team. So the other player they were looking at from the offensive side was Mitchell, the running back. And he said when he looked at his tape, he was like, "Whoa, you know that this guy can make an impact on the team." He's like, "I'm gonna take my pride and I'll take my needs out of it.
Yep.
I need to put the team first." So already he's coming in, putting the team, you know.
Yep.
So hey, imagine the 49ers if they didn't have Earl Mitchell.
Yeah.
These couple of years, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So the impact right there, and I feel like him and Caserio are gonna work hand in hand. I think Caserio feels that he doesn't need to babysit
Right.
Demeco Ryans, you know, or have his like get some headsets and be in with the plays. I feel like Demeco's gonna take control of the team in the locker room,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
And now Caserio needs to bring in some talent. Him and Demeco need to be hand in hand, coming in, bringing in some good talent, develop these players, and show them the culture that you want for this organization, and move on, and you know, win some damn games, man.
Absolutely. Like you say, they're gonna have to work hand in hand, and I'm glad he got a 6-year deal.
Absolutely.
That's the best part about it, because now he's not on the clock. Caserio's on the clock.
Yeah.
He'll be the next one to get fired. So he pretty much has no choice but to go work hand in hand with Demeco. And back to the coaches, like you said, some coaches, they're not head coaches, they're coordinators.
Yeah.
You know, if you become a head coach and you know you're one of those coaches, then you hire somebody on one side of the ball that you trust, that you ain't got to deal with that. Like Demeco, if you don't feel comfortable with offense, you make sure you hire somebody over there that, hey, handle the offense. I'm going to be the head coach, but I'm also going to chip in on the defensive side to make sure that's legit. And a lot of coaches can't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they try to be a part of all of it, but they just not cut out for it.
Absolutely.
And then they end up failing because they lack on one side. They didn't hire the right person. But I think Demeco, he's going to be okay, man. I think he's going to hire a defensive coordinator. Like you say, the first year, I think he'll be giving him tips. You know, what to go and what to do, and before you know it, he'll be on his own, and he'll have a decent offensive coordinator, whoever that may be. I don't think he's bringing in no trash as far as the OC, because he know he needs that big time. That's his most important move of his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. That being said, you know, like, so I've been looking at the candidates they're interviewing, and all of them are right now assistants, coaches, you know, to current NFL teams.
Right.
Not former coaches, but right now that they're plug and play.
Yeah.
You know, they're plug and play. And they're not bringing in some has-been coach or a coach that hasn't been coaching.
Yes.
You know, has been out of the league for a while. You know, and so far they're young. You know, well, I've been noticing. You know, they're not. You know, I don't feel like the game has passed them.
Right.
You know, I'm not throwing no shades on older coaches. I'm just saying, if you're not willing to change as the game is,
that's huge.
Because it has changed, DC.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Big time. Yeah.
So, all right. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that some coaches, some coordinators are not meant to be coaches. Example, from the coach that was in Denver.
Right.
You know, Nathaniel Hackett.
Yep.
He just got hired last year, and now they fired him, you know?
Right.
But, you know, now he's a coordinator as for the Jets.
Yes.
You know, so he's over there right now. So, you know, hey, yeah, I believe it, man. He didn't look like a leader, man. Like, he didn't know how to control that sideline at all.
Right. And the thing about it, he got that job based on his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. You know, he was the offensive coordinator for Green Bay, but he really wasn't doing that much because Rodgers had the freedom to go out there and do what the hell he wanted to do.
Exactly.
But Rodgers made it look good. In return, that makes the OC look good. And somebody wants to take a shot at it, but they really don't know what's going on behind the scenes in the Green Bay locker room.
Yeah.
And it happens a whole lot. You know, you go out there and you see a guy that looks good. Like a lot of people are heavy on the OC for the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm not that big on him. I think Steichen, I'm not, because I think that the head coach, which was an offensive coordinator, I think he's got his hands in that offense with Jalen Hurts a whole lot. And if that offensive coordinator left Philly, I think Hurts wouldn't even miss a beat because of the head coach is still got his hands in the mix. So, like, you know, but sometimes you get caught up. You see an offense or a defense that you really, really like, and you think that's the coordinator, but a lot of times that's coming from the head coach. But we know with Demeco, Shanahan, he's the offensive guy. So he ran the defense. You can see that. It ain't like he had a defensive head coach and he's a defensive coordinator. No, he was a D coordinator. And he ran the defense. So that's why you can feel good about him in Houston going forward.
Yeah. So everything right here in Houston right now is positive. well, we feel like already like this organization is going to take a big step forward. And, I feel like already with the coaching staff and how they took the process to interview these coaches was excellent. So my hats off to the Texans organization to finally get this a good hire right.
Yes.
So if they could do this and take one step after the other, shouldn't be going no problems. But we're gonna see what they do in the draft now.
Yes.
Coming up. Like you said, he's a defensive coach, so who knows?
Right.
He might go with the defensive player first.
Yeah.
Maybe to keep Davis Mills.
Don't be surprised if he's a quarterback next year. Do not be surprised if they go defense with those 2 first-round picks.
To be honest with you, DC, it's not bugging me, bro, because
it shouldn't.
Because I'm confident with Demeco and the staff that he brings. Maybe they can develop Davis Mills. Maybe. Absolutely. Who knows? Like we don't know. Only time will tell. But if the Texans don't hit on these draft picks, because you only got one more set next year, then you get 2 first rounds. You got to hit because we don't know how they're going to finish next year. Maybe they might have another 4-win season,
right?
Or they might have 8 or 9,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you also got to play in. You also got a playing factor that the Cleveland's pick, you don't know how high they're going to be as well. So you don't know if their pick next year is going to be in the high 20s or not.
There you go.
So you got to hit on these right here because as right now they got the 2nd and the 12th pick.
Yep.
So right there you can find 2 legitimate starters to make an impact on your team.
Absolutely. They have to be starters when you draft that high. They have no choice but to come in and be starters.
Exactly.
And I think they will. Like I said, I don't think Davis Mills is as bad as he looks. But sometimes just a change. Look who he was playing under. David Culley one year and Lovie Smith the next.
I know.
So he really ain't had a chance. To be honest with you.
So David Culley, when he came in, you don't know what type of don't know what type of coach he was. Was it a defensive guy or offensive guy? He wasn't calling no plays. No. So exactly that right there lets you know that this man didn't have no experience on coordinating on defense side of the ball or the offense of the ball. Now with Lovie Smith, he was all about the defense.
Right.
He didn't have he didn't have nothing in saying about the offense. So what happened? You get Pep Hamilton as your offensive coordinator, and he's making all the calls on offense. All right. This man has been a quarterback coach when he came from the Chargers.
The Chargers? Yeah.
From the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't even a coordinator. He wasn't even calling plays. Wow. He knew the plays what it was, but he was just coaching the quarterback. That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I feel like now if you bring a true offensive coordinator or at least somebody that can hopefully bring Shanahan's or Kubiak's system into play, more quarterback friendly type of offense, right? Yeah. Yeah. And who knows, man? Davis Mills might be Matt Sharp 2.0.
He may be. He might be. And you just don't know because, with Damian Pierce coming back, the run game's going to be fine.
Exactly.
And with Mitchie coming back, hopefully he'll pay off. I think he's going to be pretty good, man. Yeah. I really do think he's going to be good. And if Brandon Cooks decides to change his mind and want to be on board with this, you already got your 2 starting receivers. Yeah. Now, the spots you might have to look at is maybe tight end, which this is supposed to be a real tight end heavy draft. It's supposed to be some legit tight ends in this draft. Yeah. So hopefully they'll find one there. But I don't think the team is that bad of a shape. I really don't. Especially with a new offensive scheme, probably covered in and all that, and different position coaches. So I think Mills is going to be better than he's been looking the last 2 years. So
Demeco Ryans, he runs a 4-3 defense. Yep. So Lovie Smith ran the same defense, but I feel like Demeco can hide that 4-3 pretty well. Yeah. So maybe he can scheme it up better. It won't show you the blitzes.
Oh, yeah.
But, who knows, man? But, the only thing is the Texans don't have a Bosa, you know?
Right.
And that's something that, we need. Either you get the 2nd pick or the 12th pick.
Yes.
Who knows, man? But I know that those 2 defensive linemen, the one from
Georgia
and the one from Alabama.
Carter,
Yeah. They're going to be gone by the 10th pick.
Oh, no doubt. They're going to end up. I'm thinking they're going to end up with either Will Anderson or Carter. I don't think Demeco cares either way, but he'd probably go with Young on the outside. versus Carter on the inside.
Absolutely.
But they say that Carter, he's got a chance to be just one little step shorter than Aaron Donald. And say he's supposed to be a beast in the middle, man. And if you can find a guy in the middle that controls the offensive scrimmage, you got a guy. Because he's gonna require two guys to stop him. So Demeco, I'm sure he's looking at him really close, and he's gonna make the right decision.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
Will definitely make the right decision.
I'm not afraid. I'm not scared if Davis Mills doesn't understand for one more year.
Right.
But if that's the case, draft another running back as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like if you go depend more on the running scheme, you got to draft another running back, man. Tight ends, if anything, just bring back Akins. He'd be good. But yeah, wide receiver, man. Like you might have to draft one in the second round if Brandon Cooks decides that he wants to leave for sure. But we'll see about that, man.
That
like
33rd pick, that's probably where they'll take a wide receiver.
They have to. Yeah. But yeah, man. Like we will see what happens with the Texans as now players drafting, combine coming up, free agency as well.
Oh yeah.
So
In the Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud thing, taking a quarterback at that spot and you miss, that sets your franchise back. If you miss on Will Anderson or Carter, which I highly doubt you will, those guys, they look like NFL players for sure.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that you can miss on Stroud or Bryce Young. And when you do that, on a top pick like that just sets you back further and further.
Absolutely, man.
Because, it's going to get to the point where now, free agency, quarterbacks are going to start being on the move.
Yeah.
If not, if Davis Mills, okay, guess what? Next year, you win 6 games, you may be in the spot to get Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Along with the package picks from Cleveland, but they'll be able to move up next year.
If they have to.
Right, if you have to.
And so I don't follow college that much, but they're saying that next year's class of quarterbacks are even better than the ones right now.
Absolutely.
So, hey, if you want to take a risk, I trust Demeco that much.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have told me this, Cully or what's his name? My God. Lovey Smith. I would not trust these bums. Nope. No shades to them, bro. I say this with all due respect, but I wouldn't trust them, man. to put the hands of these players' careers, as like nah. But with Demeco, man, I feel like he would get the best out of every player,
no doubt,
in the locker room, man. Absolutely, and also the staff.
Yeah.
So you can tell I'm pumped up, dog.
A lot of Texas fans, they are.
Yeah.
You can feel excitement back. I've heard people that's starting to go back and try to get season tickets or buying tickets for tailgating and stuff now. That's a great thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you pull up to a game and people not really tailgating, that lets you know from the jump. The inside ain't gonna be about nothing.
Yeah.
The parking lot should tell you what you need to know. It should always be a good time in the parking lot.
Exactly.
And I've heard of people, they trying to get tickets to get back in the parking lot and tailgate, man.
So I was one of them as well, man. I was even thinking about getting my season tickets.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wait maybe till next year, hopefully.
Right.
Unfortunately, I got some other stuff that I got to take care of financially. but yeah, man. So maybe next year I could jump on my season tickets. But I am planning to buying tailgating passes.
Yeah.
At least for that. We got some little things up in the works right now. What we want to do out there, but so yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that for sure. I'm at least to go to. Because Texans have 9 home games this year.
Okay.
So I at least want to go at least to 6 or 7 games over there, man. Depending on opponents they play.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm excited too. I'm already looking forward to get some season tickets. I know it's not gonna be this year, man, but hopefully within the next year I could get some in there, man. But yeah, I'm excited about that, bro. And so
you should be, man. Nobody wants to have a bad team. Nobody does, man.
Yeah.
Nobody. you don't really just deserve to the way they've been having a bad team because of the poor decisions, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the light finally came on and they made this Demeco hire. I don't know why they didn't do this last year. For some reason, I don't know why they didn't pick Demeco up last year because he was interviewing. I don't know why the Texans didn't do this last year.
Well,
man.
I know that Demeco last year he pulled a plug on. He said, you know what? I feel like I'm not ready.
Well, that's good then.
It shows character, bro. That shows a lot of character because like if he would have taken a job, it would have been just for the money and power.
Right.
But I think his mindset is he's like, you know what? I can run a football organization team, and I can do this. So the fact that he said it himself, like, I know last year I interviewed for this job, but I feel like I wasn't ready for it.
Right.
And he's like, I'm grateful for all the interviews I got in, and I feel because his hiring this year affected the Broncos as well.
Oh yes.
So now,
them too.
Are we ready to jump ship and talk about the Broncos hiring?
Yeah.
Are you ready for that one?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So for those who don't know, the Broncos hired Sean Payton as a new head coach. What they gave up was a first round this year, and they flipped their second round to a third round.
Yep.
So basically, they gave the Saints second round next year's for theirs third round next year's as well.
Yes.
They just flip flop on that. But yeah, so they gave up a lot.
Yes, they did.
To get that.
Yep.
And so basically, the Broncos don't have a first pick this year or next year.
Right.
And and also next year's draft, they don't have a second round pick.
Yes.
So next year's draft, they won't pick to the third round.
Yes.
That's crazy. DC, what are your thoughts on that, man?
It is, because at the Broncos, the owners, I mean, how would you put yourself in this position? You got that much trust in Sean Payton.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Russell Wilson to pull this off. And if I'm Sean Payton, I don't know why the hell he didn't ask for 6 years. Because Russ may be just done.
Mm-hmm.
He may just be done. And then you're going to have to take them L's out there with Russ playing bad football.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be the guy that can come in and change him, like they got legit pieces around him, but I'm not sure Russ is not done, And why? I mean, I know Nathaniel Hackett was bad, but Nathaniel Hackett, he wasn't on the field playing.
Yeah.
He was calling plays.
Yeah.
And I think Russ had the ability to change plays when needed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't put it all on Hackett. Of course, he's the one that's going to get fired because Russ makes too much money to get fired. And I don't know if that's going to become a problem down the road for the Broncos. But like I said, they got some young guys around, like Jerry Jeudy and Javonte Williams, some young guys on the defense that's going to be around on rookie contracts. But I don't know. For Payton to jump out there in that division to play Patrick Mahomes twice every year.
Yeah.
And the Chargers, if they ever get their stuff together, that's going to be tough on him.
Yeah.
I guess it was just, I didn't think he was going to get a job there for a minute. I really did. Payton.
For Sean Payton?
Yeah, the way it was going, I'm like, is he really going to get a job this year? And then when I heard at the last minute that they were trying to make a push for Demeco also, I was like, man, you just happened to fall into this, Sean Payton, because I don't think them people really wanted you like that. They just had to make a splash.
So what I heard was, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that. So when Demeco got his second interview with the Texans, when the Broncos found out, they made him another offer, an offer before he took the job. So they're saying that the Broncos were really pushing to get Demeco.
Yeah.
But Demeco said, no, this is my dream job. I want to come back home. I want to go back to the team that drafted me, And so once they figured that, oh, damn, we lost him.
Yeah.
I guess now we have to go to Sean Payton. So I guess they were forced to get Sean Payton.
Yep.
And then top of that, give up that first and second round pick.
Yep.
And so that's how I feel. Like you said it, man. He's not the one playing. He's not the one throwing the ball. He's the guy making decisions on the play calls. And for that, I applaud the Texans that they did not go that route.
Right.
Because the Texans can't afford to give up them picks.
Right.
Now, I understand the Broncos are a more set up, better team than the Texans is right now. Their defense is way much better.
Yes.
They do have some better weapons on offense. But, maybe I really don't see Sean Payton making that big of a difference.
No.
Reason being is because you still have the Chiefs.
Right.
You still have the Chargers.
Yep.
And also don't forget about them Raiders that sometimes they can give you hell, So you're already going to a division that's you're going to struggle in, and you don't know if it's going to pay out or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Another thing they're not talking about is that with Payton coming in, the Broncos just lost their defensive coordinator to the Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
And this is a guy who was getting interviewed for head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
And he's gone now.
Hey,
and of course, you know, that was a top-tier defense.
It was.
Because the offense was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have scored 20 points, and I forgot how many games, they would have won at least 10. The defense kept them in every game just about, man. And now that guy's out the door. You know it was him making the defense look that good because the offense was just terrible. He had to come in every week and make that defense look like that. Even after losing Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins, he still had the defense looking good. So, and now he's out the door. He's finna go down now. You're finna see some wonders in Carolina defense next year.
Absolutely. So now, speaking about Carolina, they have Frank White.
Right? Yeah, Frank Wright.
They have him, and now he has a solid defensive coordinator over there. And I was kind of hoping the Texans, because the Texans interviewed him for a head coaching job as well. Yes. And I was hoping that, hey, man, you know, like, would you like to come over here as a defensive coordinator? Mm-hmm. I don't know what type of defense he runs. I want to say it's a 3-4.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Broncos was running?
Man, his name is, man, I can't even pronounce his name, DC.
Ejiro?
Yeah, I don't know if you can even pronounce it.
Ejiro Evero.
Ejiro Evero. All right, yeah. So he's come. So he's going to the Panthers. Hey man, Panthers right now got a good coaching. Good coaches coming in.
They got
Frank
good
Wright,
defensive players.
Yeah. Frank Wright. He's never had a good solid quarterback.
Right.
He had handed me down quarterbacks. Yep. It was Phillip Rivers. Jacoby Brissett. Who else? What's our boy from Philly? Carson Wentz.
Yes.
And then Matt Ryan.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like this dude has had quarterbacks maybe 10 years ago that would have been good. But yeah, man, but he has quarterbacks that are coming down to the prime. Yeah. You know, they can barely stay on the field, but maybe if the Panthers can move up on the draft and get a solid quarterback.
They might. Or they might want to find one in free agency. I bet when the odds come out, the Panthers may be the team that's favored to win that division next year.
Now
I'll tell you, because just like I was telling you a while ago with Demeco, Frank Reich has hired somebody on the defensive side. Frank is an offensive guy. Yep. He's got somebody he can trust to say, hey, you take care of that over there. Mm-hmm. I can handle this head coaching and offense. Mm-hmm. And now watch how they thrive this year, man. Watch, because they got DJ Moore. They got 2 running backs that can play. And the defensive line is legit. And they got J.C. Horn, the young cornerbacks, man. They got a lot of players over there. They just got to figure out this quarterback thing, and they're going to be right in the mix to win that division with Brady gone. And the Saints don't have a quarterback, you know. So
and Atlanta's still up there.
Atlanta's still Atlanta.
They need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need one in the worst way. Yeah. Unless they can pull off a Lamar Jackson, Carolina's going to be favored to win that division next year. Yeah.
But watch out.
A quick turnaround just like that, because I think they picked number 9.
Who's
like
that?
Carolina. Mm-hmm. The Panthers, they took number 9 or something like that. You never know. One of those quarterbacks do fall. They may find a way to move up a few spots to get one.
Like especially if the Texans go the defensive route, which I'm pretty sure now Carolina's going to hope for that, help to hope for that to happen. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, man.
Carolina, they're in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely,
they're in a real good spot. And I can't wait, because they may have to move a couple of spots just to get somebody like Will Levis, even if they don't get CJ. The kid out of Alabama, they still gonna probably be in a decent spot at 9 to get Levis out of Kentucky.
Yeah,
which a lot of people like him. He just didn't put up no good game film this year, but he's got the size and everything that you need to be a quarterback in the NFL.
So all right, so we talking about the Panthers. They got the 9th pick right now, and Atlanta has the 8th.
Yeah.
So
man. Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what happens with that right there, man. But yeah, so you know, since we talking about quarterbacks and teams that need quarterbacks, like, so let's go to at least the top 15. All right. So these are the top 15 are the ones that basically like they were like one of the first ones to be eliminated from the playoffs. Chicago.
Yep. They're good. They should be good.
They're good. Houston. They need a quarterback.
Yes.
But with the new coaching staff, if they didn't go that route, I wouldn't be mad. Arizona.
Oh yeah, but they stuck with theirs. They need one.
they need a different one, but they're stuck with theirs. He just got a massive contract this past season. The Colts, they need one.
They need a quarterback, yes.
Yeah, so
that's going to be the play right there.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get on the phone with Chicago and make something happen.
Seattle. Now, Seattle.
Wild card.
That's a wild card.
Yes.
Because they're talking with oh boy, what's his name, dude? Geno Smith. Yeah. So right now they're talking contract talk. Mm-hmm. So right now there's a possibility that Geno might get a contract for them. How long? How big? We don't know.
Right.
So it's up there. The Lions. Do you see the Lions getting a quarterback?
Well, they possibly could.
Yeah.
Though Seattle and Detroit are the same. I can see either one of those guys taking Levis and letting them sit a year or two. Give Geno a 2-year deal.
Okay.
I don't know how many years Goff got left on his contract, but it's got to be a lot. It's a lot more than what they'd have to pay Levis in a year or two from now.
So Goff, man, what an improvement he has been ever since he gone to the Lions, man. Maybe that's what he needed, man.
Yeah, like change the scenery.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, man, shout out to Goff, man. The Raiders, they need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback.
Basically, they're out there. Well, week 17, they're already promoting that. Hey, our quarterback's out for trade. What's up?
Yep.
Come talk to us. All right, moving on. Atlanta, like we said, they need a quarterback. Carolina needs a quarterback.
Yep.
Philadelphia, they're good, bro.
Yeah, they're good. They're gonna be good for a while.
Tennessee,
you need a quarterback. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Houston with the 12th pick.
Yep.
I think by then, I think the good quarterbacks would have been gone by then. At least the top 3, at least. The Jets.
Yep, they need a quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see the Jets moving up.
Oh yeah.
New England.
I think they're good with what they got now with Bill O'Brien coming in to call the plays for him. I think they worked a little bit together at Alabama, so that should work out for them.
So how about Green Bay, bro? At 15,
I think they're gonna go with Jordan Love if they do move Rodgers.
They have to, right?
They ain't got no choice. You traded up in the first round years ago, and you still don't know what you got.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. The Commanders at 16.
Yeah. I don't think the Wentz thing is gonna work.
Yeah. Pittsburgh.
I think they're gonna be okay. I think they're good with their quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So they got a quarterback and a young receiver in Pickens.
So now at 18, you got Detroit Lions, which we already talked about, and the Lions had 2 picks in the first round this year, man.
Yes.
Man, so sheesh. Well, watch out, man. Like they might even take over that division, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they might take over. Now, with the news of Tom Brady retiring Tampa at 19,
they need a quarterback. Yep.
Do you think they get one for the draft, bro, or do you think they?
Well, they pick it at 19. I don't think the draft can help them.
That's what I'm saying.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. They have to get a project quarterback.
Yeah.
So they may be looking at somebody like going back to get Jameis Winston, something.
Or Jimmy G, bro.
Or Jimmy G. Yeah. If he doesn't end up with the Jets. See, that's why I'm waiting to see this Aaron Rodgers stuff unfold. What they talking about, you really can't do nothing with him before June.
Yeah.
And of course, Derek Carr. Here's what's got to happen by the 15th of this month. Or they owe him $40 million, the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
They either cut him before the 15th or once the 15th of February comes, he's guaranteed $40 million. So that's why they're allowing him to go out
and promote himself.
Yes. Yeah. To other teams to try to get something done. Yeah.
I mean, either way, man, Derek Carr's going to get that bags.
Oh, yeah.
He going to get paid no matter what, bro.
No doubt. It's just a matter of if the Raiders get something back for him.
Yeah.
If they just cut him or, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have to trade it because once you give him that $40 million guaranteed, it's gonna be hard to trade after the 15th.
Absolutely.
So this is gonna happen real quick with Derek Carr.
Absolutely.
And once that happens, that should affect Rodgers at some point.
Yeah. So now we have Seattle at 20.
Ooh, man. Those guys.
Now Seattle has 2 picks in the first round, bro. So like we said about Geno, pretty sure hopefully they do things. Hopefully they do work things out. That team's pretty much set, man.
Yeah.
Their defense is awesome. Maybe, I don't know, maybe get an offensive lineman, get more protection.
It'd be anything.
Corner.
Like Seattle and Detroit, they're in the same spot, man.
Exactly,
they're in the spot to pick
whatever
they want.
Luxury.
Whatever they want to do, they can do it. Yeah.
It's basically luxury pick. Yeah. At 21, we had the Miami Dolphins, but that pick got forfeit. Yeah. Let's go to
They may be looking for a quarterback. They need to be. They need to be.
I'm pretty sure Tua is still in the concussion protocol. I'm pretty sure he still is, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, hopefully he gets better. How about the Chargers, bro? The Chargers are set.
Yeah, they good.
Baltimore at 23.
They gonna forget this Lamar Jackson thing.
Yeah. All right, so we could say the rest of these right here, they don't need quarterbacks. Minnesota, Jacksonville,
Right.
The Giants,
Right.
Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
Right.
Now New Orleans has that 30th pick now because of that. So now New Orleans as
They got
well.
that from the 49ers?
No, they got that from 49ers. Yeah. So New Orleans, has one pick now. So
they needed to get back in the first round. They didn't have any first round picks.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So yeah, man. So
you notice all the teams at the end, they don't need a quarterback.
They don't. So
that's the key to it.
So every team that made the divisional rounds don't need a quarterback.
Don't
need a quarterback. Yeah. But everybody from the wild card and up, they do. Like it's questionable.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, DC. So last week when we left, did you see that the offensive coordinator from the Cowboys?
Oh yeah,
he got fired. Before the was it the divisional? No, the championship games.
Yeah.
On that Saturday, he got fired. A week later, he got called and he got interviewed to be the Chargers new OC, offensive coordinator. So within a week, he got hired again. Man.
It wasn't even 24 hours. I remember seeing that he got fired, and then like 24 hours later, he's hired. I'm like, man, they had already had something going on.
Yeah.
And for them to jump out there, the Chargers,
Kellen Moore,
to hire him that quick, that means they've seen something in him. Now I'm starting to wonder if this is going to be the Cowboys' loss.
So
this is a loss for the Cowboys by losing him and letting McCarthy come in and call the plays again. So I think you're going to see that Chargers defense take another step now. I mean, offense going to take another step.
So you seeing this as a good hire for the Chargers?
For the Chargers, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm seeing it for the Chargers, yeah. Because it would happen too quick, man.
Yeah.
He didn't stay out there. I mean, barely 24 hours seemed like before he got hired again. And I'm thinking that the Cowboys, they were making the move, I think, just because of all the criticism, probably, man. Just they had to blame somebody. And the only two people that were safe was the head coach and Dan Quinn. Other than that, like everybody's gone.
Yeah.
And as soon as they fired him, he's with the Chargers. Now you're finna see that offense take another step, which is what Brandon Staley needs, head coach out there, because I think he's a defensive guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
He was the defensive coordinator for the Rams, I think, when they win the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, and he just caught that coattail and rode it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Somebody hired him.
Yeah.
He really wasn't qualified to be running the offenses, probably. So now, you finna see that Chargers offense is finna take another step.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to Kellen Moore, bro.
Yeah.
Just like that, hey, man, if you get hired within a week, that lets you know that you're doing something right.
No doubt.
And teams are looking at you, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this one right here, man. So the defensive coordinator from formerly from the Panthers, Stephen Wilkes. So he was the interim head coach for the Panthers once the old boy got fired from there.
Matt Rule got fired.
Yeah, when Matt Rule got fired, he was the interim head coach. He did a hell of a job maintaining that team.
Oh yeah.
If anything, they played better and harder when he was the head coach. So he got hired to the 49ers as their new defensive coordinator coach.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I'm sorry. He got interviewed.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting an interview from to be the new
defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator.
That'll work. That'll work.
Hey man,
it's good for him.
Yeah,
it'll
exactly.
be good for the 49ers too.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So
don't be surprised if he gets it here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Let me see what else is going on around here, man.
As we were talking about earlier,
the
Cardinals still don't have a coach, and the whole problem is it's the Kyler Murray effect, man. And nobody wants to go there. Him and Kingsbury were tied together at the hip, and now that Kingsbury's gone, man, nobody wants to go there and coach that. And I'm not mad at Kyler for getting his money, but Arizona messed up when they gave him that contract. They gave him too much power at that point for a guy who just really hadn't produced for that type of money.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of teams are being reluctant, like with Baltimore and Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
I don't want to give you this big money, and you're not available.
Yeah.
So
right now, man, they're saying that Brian Flores is the top candidate to get that head coaching job over there at Arizona. Now, they say that Brian Flores is a very headstrong head coach.
Yes.
His attitude, his personality is very strong.
Yes.
Now, he's not a Kingsbury
No.
per se.
No.
You know, so if you couldn't deal with Kingsbury with his attitude, you know, what makes you think that you can handle Brian Flores' attitude?
Yeah,
this dude thought that Tua was a chump.
Right.
You know, he didn't like Tua.
He didn't want no part of Tua.
Yeah. You know, and you over here and you got a saying, if I get hired or not.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what causes the Cardinals organization to give him that much power and saying to hire a new head coach.
Yes. Yeah, it really is. Man, it's unbelievable. Especially with, D-Hop probably on his way out. You know, you got to go out there and coach a team that you know is going to be bad for the next probably 3 years, the way they looking, because of who you got at quarterback. So then you got to go and try to find some more receivers and stuff like that, running backs. At Arizona, it's the reason why they don't have a coach. They put themselves in a really, really bad situation when they paid the quarterback that kind of money. But like I say, I'm not mad at Collar. If you can get somebody to, pay you that kind of money, you do it.
Yeah.
That's generational wealth. So you got to take that. But as the owner of that team, somebody got to step in and say, hey, or the GM, this is not a good idea. If we lost Collar, what have we really lost?
Yeah.
Let that go to somebody else and let them try that out.
Yeah.
Okay? You see he hadn't really done that much to get that. But, when it comes to quarterback, like we just named the teams that are made it to the divisional, they didn't need quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to find that one guy. And sometimes you hold on to him for too long. You got to cut the cord on them and let somebody else go deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with the headache. And that's what they deal with in Arizona for a while.
Yeah. So Arizona, to me, right now it's right now it's kind of a joke what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, DC, man, I don't know why a quarterback has so much saying right now.
Yeah.
You haven't done nothing.
Right. That's my point. He ain't done nothing.
You haven't done anything to and you haven't even gone to the playoffs yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think they made it last year because remember last year they started off 7-0.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I think Hopkins got hurt or something.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And they barely squeaked in, I think, at the end.
But and that performance they did last year, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
They shouldn't even been there.
No.
But let's go on and move and talk about another team that needs a head coach and still hasn't hired one.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts.
Yeah, that's another clown show. They still interviewing Jeff Saturday as a head coach. Don't get that either.
No, do get that. I'm hoping. I'm hoping for that.
I don't understand the whole thing of why you want this guy to be your head coach. I can see if you want to bring him in as a positional coach for a couple of years, just get some experience. But the head coach, I don't know. You ain't got a quarterback. So you can have a quarterback with no experience and a head coach with no experience. That's the recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
And you got legit pieces on defense that you just burning time. Because eventually those guys are going to be on their way out.
Yeah.
Nobody want to be a part of that. So that's why I'm thinking they're going to try to make a splash.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get up to that number one spot and try to get Bryce, I think. Yeah.
Well, they have to make a big splash like that.
Yeah.
Just Saturday, there's no shades towards them, man, but they are within our division. DC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me being a Texas fan, you being a Titans fan, the Colts have run the South for a long time for that division.
Yep.
I think it's their time to suffer. So I want the Colts to make this dumb move. I want that image from the Texans out of us. Making all these dumb plays. Or here comes the same old Texans. I think that we need to share that spotlight now with the Colts.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, absolutely. Jeff Saturday, man, like you said, no experience. He was broadcasting for 2 to 3 years. And didn't have a quarterback. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why they want to not draft him, but hire him as a head coach.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, they're drinking buddies,
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, man, I question that too, man. But you know what? Hey man, I'm in for it, man. Go ahead and hire him as
Hey,
a head coach.
if it's gonna give me a couple of more games a year, hey, I'll take it.
I'll take it
I'll
too.
take it.
I'll take it too. All right, DC. So we talk about these coaches hirings and teams that still haven't hired a head coach as of yet. Some solid ones. So overall, man, out of the 3 coaches that have been hired right now, which one, if you had to rank them from 1 to 3, which head coach would you put 1, 2, and 3?
Oh, put Demeco at the top.
Okay.
Then I put Payton after that, and then Frank Reich.
Okay.
The Texans got the best hire out of all the people that were in the pool when the season was over that was interviewing.
Yeah.
I think Demeco was the best one, and the Texans got it.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of people they'll go with Sean Payton based on experience, but I'm gonna go with Demeco. But just for the simple fact, you don't have to give up nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're gonna be having all your picks, and you look like you got a leader.
Yeah.
You're not getting a retread.
Exactly.
Some fresh breath of fresh air comes in the locker room, and he's gonna turn it around, man. He will. It won't be long. You'll see instantly out there on the field.
Okay.
You'll see the excitement from the players, the sideline, all that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
You're gonna see a game day. You get a totally different experience on game day.
Yeah. I agree with you in that order. So like I said, like I already said what I said about Demeco. I'm excited. With Sean Payton being hired, man, like I wonder how they're going to turn that organization around and how quickly, because they gave up so much to get Russell Wilson and get Sean Payton. The expectations were high coming in. I know I had the Broncos up there. Maybe even taking that division as well. I've said that. But as of right now, man, the way it's looking, the Chiefs run that division.
Yep.
Then the Chargers. And it's a toss-up between the Broncos and the Raiders.
Yes.
So we'll see what's going to happen within the Broncos and the Raiders. But the Broncos gave up so much already, and you can tell that the Raiders are going to get a lot, at least a first-round pick for Derek Carr in that trade. And we'll see what they do with that to move up within the draft, man. But as right now, that number 1 pick overall that Chicago held, that right there, you know that teams aren't going to give up so much because that team right there, the Bears, don't need that spot.
Nope, they don't.
So that right there, instead of being Chicago at number 1, to put number 1 for sale.
Yeah,
because that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
As exactly
the highest bidders, and I keep going back. I think it's going to be the Colts.
Yeah.
And I think what's going to happen is the Colts going to swap picks with the Bears.
Yeah.
For this year's first and maybe a second this year.
But you know what? It doesn't just have to be the Bears, because you also got Seattle up there that doesn't need a quarterback or any top picks at this point.
Right.
If they trade up with the Raiders per se, the Raiders can move over from 7 to 5 easily. That's 2 spots, and that's a big difference right there.
Right.
You know, I can see the Raiders getting that dude from Kentucky.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Levis.
Yes. I can see that. You know, that's your Tom Brady type of body form.
Right.
But yeah, so if he wants to, you know, if what's that coach's name from the Raiders? McDaniels. If McDaniels wants that type of project, he could get one right there with Seattle at 7, and Seattle just moves down 2 spots. And maybe they give up a second round or third round.
But here's the magic, though, Fredo.
What's up, man?
Chicago can move from 1st to 4th, and then still trade with somebody else, get more picks at their 4th spot.
Yeah.
Think about that. They can go with the Colts from 1st to 4th and still get some valuable picks from the next person who wants to come up to 4.
So they can flip their flip.
Flip their flip.
Yeah.
So and they'll be ready. By the time this draft is over, next year's draft, Chicago will be ready because they're in the right spot.
Yes, sir.
They could trade back twice and still be in the top 10.
Man.
It's crazy.
Man, I tell you what, man, if I ever own a team, I'm going to hire you as a GM, man.
Twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still be in the top 10.
That's crazy, man.
And their biggest need is going to be receiver. They'll be in a prime spot because with the Colts, they're going to get 4th and probably it ain't going to be just one. It ain't going to be a swap.
Yeah.
You have to get something else. So they may get a first next year.
Yeah.
This year's second.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts this year's second is going to be a high second round pick. Guess what? Raiders come calling. Hey, we want their 4th spot for our 7 or wherever they at. Yeah. Okay, you can have that, but you're gonna give me this year's second pick for you, or your first next year. And before you know it, within the first draft round and a half, those guys got 6, 7 picks of prime players. Yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah, for the next. At
they
least
can go out and they can get them 2 receivers.
and that's what they need, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. Like they need a receiver for sure. Offensive line help.
Yeah.
The defense, they could use some help as well. But if you want, what's the quarterback from Chicago's name?
Fields.
If you want Fields to shine, you gotta fix up the offense.
It's coming.
First. Yeah,
it's coming.
It's coming too, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, the potential for Chicago right there to shine up, bro, is right there, man. So okay, so now let's talk about the 2 teams that don't have head coaches, a head coach yet. What candidates do you see that would be a true potential for those 2 teams?
The Cardinals and the Colts, man. It's just it's slim pickings out there right now. I'm thinking they waiting on some of these guys from the Super Bowl.
Okay,
to finish up so they can interview them. But
like whom?
The offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators for the Eagles.
From the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, those are. But who was it? It was the offensive coordinator from the Eagles.
The defense said he coming back.
Yeah. Oh, the defense.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Oh, okay.
Defensive coordinator.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the offensive coordinator, he may get an interview, but it's gonna be tough. That Kyler Murray, man, they're gonna end up probably with a nobody at head coach, a no name, man. If I'm Flores, I'm staying away from that situation. I go back to Pittsburgh and do what I'm doing. Or if not, if 49ers interview him for the DC also, so you take that if you can. But for a head coach for the Cardinals, don't want no part of that, man, at all. Now the head coach of the coach probably wouldn't be that bad if you can find the quarterback. Because like I said, you got Jonathan Taylor there. And you got a receiver there to work with. Defense ain't that bad.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the coach job than the Cardinals job. You're going to force me to work with somebody that you already know is a headache versus me going out trying to find somebody. Even though he might not be the best this year, I'd rather work with somebody that's willing to work with me versus the guy that wants to do it his way and ain't done a damn thing.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see who they go. Because like I said, it's probably going to be a nobody. A guy that you like, who? Where'd that guy come from?
Yeah.
Almost like a Lovie Smith, David Culley thing. Watch.
Yep.
It's going to be like, what was that? Why is that? Because nobody wants to go there.
So you're saying that the Cardinals might even hire a gap coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe they give that coach a 3-year deal. It's like, why you're getting hired for, right? We just need you to fill a spot.
That's it.
You're like that. That's what it is. It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm happy to see that it's just not the Texans going through misery like this.
Yes.
So I guess it just happened to be the Texans for the past 3 years. But I feel like now maybe in Arizona, perhaps, or even the Colts might go through this misery, have to hire gap coaches.
Yeah.
Especially because the owner, you can't fire the owner from the Colts.
Nope.
He's gonna be around, and he always has a saying.
Always.
Yeah. So
always
he doesn't let his GM make any moves without his imprint on it. And also with the Arizona already hiring a new general manager, you could tell that their organization, they let the GM do their job, but whatever coach has to come over here and babysit Kyler Murray, it's not going to be.
I don't want no part of that.
It's not going to be fun to go to. But yeah, DC, I'm excited what's going on right now with these head coachings, these hirings. But yeah, man.
Fredo, what I'm really interested in seeing is which way the Buccaneers go.
As in what route?
If they're going to go to, hey, we're going to try to find some quarterback and keep this thing moving, or hey, it's time for a rebuild and reset. So, hey, Mike Evans, we'll put him on the market. Godwin, we put him on the market. See if they can try to get some draft picks, start building up for the future. Because that team, I think Kyle Trask is the only quarterback they got on the roster right now. And nobody even know who he is. So now they got a decision to make. Derek Carr, I don't know. But if not, then you might as well just start moving some of those assets and, man, just working on the future. Because they got a lot of work to do with Brady leaving like that. And,
You know what? And you can get value still for Godwin.
Godwin, yes.
And for Evans, man.
Yeah, either one. Cowboys will take either one of those guys.
Absolutely.
You know, they'll trade something. They'll give you something for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some other teams that will give you something for them that really needs the Titans.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
The Titans, man. Titans can use wide receiver.
Definitely need a wide receiver. Chicago.
There you go. Hey, Chicago got that.
I'm telling you.
Hey, bro. Like, what do you think about this? Imagine this. Imagine Chicago goes up to the Buccaneers and say, "Hey, we got this first round pick right here.
Uh-huh.
Would you want to take this first round pick from us and give us Godwin and Evans?"
Why not ask? Why not ask? Why not?
You need a quarterback.
That's it. You got first overall.
Bro.
Yeah.
I would do that, man.
Why not?
All
they can do until you know.
Godwin and
it ain't like the Bears. They got the money to spend. They got plenty of money to spend.
Exactly. They got plenty of money to spend.
And I think Evans is only on the contract for like 2 more years. So, you're still good.
Give him more guarantee money.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Something like they're in a hell of a spot, Chicago.
Chicago is, man.
Really
hell of a spot, bro.
Yeah,
for that number 1 pick, you get 2 elite.
Yep. Them in Detroit and Seattle. They're in a nice spot right now.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Buccaneers, they need a quarterback, man, and they just fired their offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Even though I don't think it was his play calling,
right?
I also feel like Tom Brady had a part in that.
Absolutely, man.
With
Big
his
time
decision throw-ins, and I mean, Tom Brady was throwing 30+ every game,
and he was just off on a lot of those throws.
Yes.
Yeah. The accuracy was just leaving him.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. All right, DC. So we covered the head coaches. We covered these hires. We covered the ones that haven't been hired.
Uh-huh.
What else? What else? We got in the agenda for today?
I was just reading yesterday. I think they say Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're still about $100 million apart from coming to an agreement. I'm like, really? Man, both of these guys are playing a dangerous game.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to end well. I think Lamar's going to be out of Baltimore because I don't see him giving that type of money. And if I'm Atlanta, Carolina, first in line. Why not? Miami? Why not? He's from the area.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him with Waddle and Hill? Come on, man.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So I'm ready to see what they got. He wanted that Deshaun Watson contract.
He wants that Deshaun Watson.
And I to be honest with you, I can't say he's better than Deshaun Watson. I really can't. Because I've seen Watson do some stuff as far as passing.
Yeah.
Now we know they both can run.
Yeah.
But as far as passing, man, I think Deshaun Watson's a better passer.
Yeah, he is, man.
He really is. Yeah. So I can't say Lamar Jackson deserves to get that kind of money, even though he's got an MVP.
Yeah.
But when you go back and look at those numbers, that MVP was based on the rushing yards, which Justin Fields just did this year. He was on a bad team.
At this point, it doesn't matter what you can and cannot do. I think you go for the market now. Mm-hmm. Once a market is set up, now everybody's going to expect that.
That's where they bumping heads at. That's why in Baltimore say we're not doing this.
Yeah.
We don't want no part of this guaranteed $250 million.
Now, I'm all about everybody making the smart decision move.
Yeah. I
understand that Lamar Jackson wants to get paid. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, you earned that money. I understand, man. You know your value. Mm-hmm. But in an organization, they're capped.
Right.
It's not they don't have the money.
Right.
It's that they have a limit what they can spend.
Right.
Now, you have to make a business decision on both sides between the player and the organization. Mm-hmm. Now, to me, I feel like if you can't give them all that money, I think it'd be better for you to trade them and get some value out of it while you can.
Yep. And
Lamar goes to a team that you know that you'll get that contract that's desperate to give you. You know, I think at this point, it'd be best for them to just
part ways. Yeah,
part ways. And thank you for everything y'all done for each other, but it's time to move on, man.
That's it.
Because the market is set. And damn Deshaun Watson and the Browns for that.
Yeah.
Because now it's going to be expected now. Mm-hmm. If this is a trend that's going to send, the NFL needs to step in and raise up
the salary cap.
The salary cap, man.
Yeah. Yep. They raised it up this year. It goes up like $16 million this year, but
Yeah.
I don't see them just stepping in there because it's unfortunate. Within the next 12 to 36 months,
Yeah.
you're finna see 3 of them huge contracts come out. With Jalen Hurts,
Burrow,
and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
On the Chargers. Them guys finna get the money that Lamar is asking for.
Yeah.
And that's gonna really reset the market.
Yeah.
So
Look,
I don't know.
Look, if Lamar does get that contract, that's it. It's settled. It's stamped.
Right.
That's the market now.
Yes.
But if an organization doesn't do that, I think they stick to the same ways as is.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs, the way the Chiefs did it with Mahomes' contract, that was smart.
Yep.
Because they know, say, hey man, we got you under 10 years, man. You're locked. If anything, now Mahomes' contract is cheap compared to these new ones coming out.
Yeah, by the time you get down the road, it's gonna be cheap for sure.
Exactly, man. So at that time it was crazy, but now how the market has changed within 2 years away from what Watson and Mahomes got, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yep.
It's just like that. Within 2 years, the market has changed for quarterback value, and now it got to the point that it's guaranteed money, and that's it.
Yep. And this is why if you Philadelphia, Cincinnati, or the Chargers, you do this right now.
Exactly.
Give 10 years. Do it. Go ahead and do it now. Because you got the quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Do it right now. Don't wait at all. And on the flip side of that, if I'm Jalen Hurts, after the Super Bowl, I'm not taking another snap.
Yeah.
We finna fix this right now.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year left. So whether I win the Super Bowl or not, I'm not taking another snap until we figure out this contract thing. In Philly, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Right now, before you because Joe Burrow is going to cause a lot of heartache when it's time to get paid. Even though Cincinnati's been a cheap team, Joe Burrow's going to get paid. And in the meantime, they're probably going to lose T. Higgins. Because I see what they're thinking about trying to shop him around because you can't pay him all, man.
Exactly,
you
man.
just can't.
And you could give value, like we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
You could give value either Higgins. Because they could get a first round.
Because he's a first round pick. He came out. They drafted him to be a number 1 receiver.
Yeah, man.
It just so happened, that they took Burrow first and him second, but he was drafted to be the number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
It just so happened the next year Chase fell in their lap.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to get something for him because he's going to get a big contract eventually. Yep.
All right, man. So we talked about these coaches hirings. We talk about these players, especially the Lamar situation, how that's going to affect the trend of these quarterbacks getting paid. But yeah, man. So right now, man, like you said, Atlanta can be an option. Maybe Lamar can go to because Atlanta has the second biggest cap space with $56 million. Chicago's has $98 million, bro.
98 million?
98 million cap space.
They read the ball. Chicago read the ball, man.
Man, Chicago's gonna. Wow. So that's how much space they got available right now.
And they make you spend a certain amount you have to spend.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then from there comes the Giants with 44, and then the Patriots with 37 million. The Texans also with 37 million.
That's good.
The Bengals 35 million, but that ain't gonna be forever.
No, they're gonna make some cuts.
Seattle, bro, with 31 million.
Still. Oh, man.
And the Ravens, 27 million.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, man. So we're gonna see. So those are the top ones right there that are open, man. You want to know the teams that are negative right now?
The Cowboys.
Cowboys are at $7 million negative
in the red, huh?
In the red.
Oh man!
And then right there's the Panthers. I don't know how.
Wow.
The Panthers.
They must be paying contracts on people that's not there anymore.
Maybe
they must be still paying Baker Mayfield and some other people something bad.
Newton.
Maybe that Christian McCaffrey trade. They still paying some of that with the 49ers.
And then from there's the Dolphins with 12 million negative 12 million. Wow. Then the Browns negative 14 million. I don't know how they're gonna do that with Deshaun Watson's contract coming up.
Yeah,
because Deshaun only took $1 million.
Yeah, so they have to. They got some big decisions to make. Like Kareem Hunt's gone.
So the Rams negative 15 million.
Wow.
The Packers negative 17. The Chargers, negative 19.
It's all on the defensive side. That's got to be all on the defense.
The Bills, negative 20 million. The Vikings at negative 21.
Yeah.
The Titans, bro, negative 23.
Yep. Yeah, that Tannehill's big. It's big. Right as of right now, that's why I'm thinking he might get cut. I think it's over $38-40 million right now.
And the Jaguars, negative 32.
Yep.
And negative right now with the 31 spot is the Buccaneers with negative 55.
Yeah.
The Saints, like always, negative 57, bro.
Man, I forgot what date they got to have. They got to have all that under control. But yeah, you finished. Yeah, Michael Thomas, he's gone. That's another guy that's going to be on the market.
So
I expect him to get cut real soon.
So these big teams right here gonna have to make some adjustments with current players' contracts. Maybe more guaranteed money.
Yep.
Or trade some players to take all this negative hit on them, bro. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. That is crazy right there. But yeah,
unbelievable. No cap hits.
Yeah, man. So you wanna talk about a player that got in trouble over the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
So let me pull this up real quick, man, so I could give you all the right information right here. Let me check this out, man.
He's definitely not a stranger to trouble.
Apparently, this is his second time, man, him getting involved in it. All right. So 3 days ago, a statement came out that running back from the Bengals, Joe Mixon, is in court for aggravated assault. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. Like they said that this is his second time offense. One in college, and now this is his first one in the pros, man. Joe Mixon getting into trouble. A warrant has been issued for his arrest now, bro.
Yeah.
So this right here, man, is he gonna get cut because of this?
No, actually, I'm reading it where they dropped the charges already. But,
they did?
Yeah, I heard the charges been dropped. But just to be in the spotlight again, he probably lost a little draft stock coming out of college because they had him on video hitting this chick or something, punching her in the face.
Yeah.
And he survived that. You would think a guy like that have made it through that would just lay real low.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it seems like he don't really care anyway. So, but I did see somewhere where the charges have been dropped. But come on, Joe, you got to do better than that, man. You got to do better.
Yeah. So real quick on this, man. Like, I feel like once you're in the spotlight and you play for a big organization, overall, you have all this money, you have this intention on you, man.
Yep.
You got to hire the right people to watch your back.
Always.
You gotta be aware of your surroundings and where you go to. You can't go to the average Joe's clubs. You can't go to the average Joe's hangouts anymore.
No.
You are a status, a symbol, and a person of money.
That's right.
That you give somebody an opportunity to take advantage of you, and they will.
Yeah.
Just any little thing. May you not did or did not do something like this, you're gonna get hit, man.
Yeah.
I always said, man, if I had money like that, man, I would stay away from the public.
Yeah.
I'll be focused.
As much as possible, no doubt.
I would avoid the whole public scene and the partying scene, just because you have to protect your image, your future, and your money.
Right.
Court fees, lawyer fees, all that stuff. If you don't take Deshaun Watson for example, man, you wonder why that man had to get paid. Like he didn't care about what team he was going to.
Right.
He cared about the contract because he knew he had to pay all these fees. If you want the best lawyer, guess what? You need the best money.
That's right.
So if you don't want to be in that spotlight, I suggest you not to get yourself into trouble like that, and also be mindful. The people you hang around with is the type of trouble that's gonna come around you. Yeah. You can't hang out with the same people you hanged out.
No.
Coming out where you came from.
That's right.
You can't.
It don't work.
Chickens don't fly with eagles. Remember that.
That's right.
You know, if you
Yeah.
want to be successful and move on to the next level,
Right.
you got to part your ways. And it's not thinking that you're better than them. Is that it's a growth.
That's right.
It's a growth expandment. You know, the way you see yourself, you got to move on, and there's steps to your life. Move up is the way to go. If you go back down and with money, you're in trouble.
That's right.
You know,
Absolutely. You got to surround yourself with people that are a little bit different than you are. Somebody that's not afraid to tell you, hey, man, that's a bad idea.
Exactly.
Those are the people you want, not the yes guys. And like you say, you got, hey, you from the hood, you go back every now and then, but you can't take them with you. Whatever you do, you cannot take them with you. And of course, you'll catch a little backlash.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, man, it's your career, your family, your livelihood that you're out here working for. And all it takes is for one of those guys that's in your little entourage to do something stupid, and guess what? You're responsible. I.e. see Michael Vick. Okay? That's a prime example, man. He lost out on millions because of some of the dudes that he hung out with.
Say the same thing with Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
You know, like his mindset was street mentality still.
Yep. You got to get away from that.
Yeah, man.
And you got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, once you pick this $1 million side, hey, you're a role model whether you want to be or not.
Yeah.
Because you're going to always be in the limelight. Now with all the social media and cameras everywhere, you do this within 10 seconds, you're all around the world. All it takes is one tweet, and that's it.
One tweet, one capture of one footage. That's it, man.
It ain't nothing you can do. It's gone. To millions and millions of people just like that before you even realize what's going on.
Yeah.
You got to be careful who you deal with.
Absolutely, man. Like you mentioned, DC, man, it's like you can't hang out with the people that you came up with, not unless if they grew up with you and they want the best out of you, you know?
Right.
You are a brand of yourself, you know? Because right now you might be with the Bengals, but once your contract's up, who knows if they want to pick up your contract?
Yeah.
You might get picked up, but guess what? You're not going to get that $15 million deal. You might have to settle for a $5 million deal now just because you made a bad, dumb decision.
Yeah. See Antonio Brown.
Exactly.
Decision making, man.
Yeah.
The guy, if he was still playing, he'd still be a top 10, top 5 receiver.
He has the potential,
still,
man.
To this day,
you know,
he could suit up and play, but he'll never get another shot now. After the stupid bonehead moves, man, that he was making, man. And now he come out the other day talking about he's got CTE because of that hit that Burford gave him a few years back. No, it's too late for that.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So now this news kind of came out, hopefully, like you said, they're already in settlement talks. But that right there, I'm pretty sure costs you money to for that person to drop you them charges.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, man. Like it hurts me to see athletes, you know, like go through some stuff like this. You know, you would think that their mindset would be in a better way, you know, but sometimes it doesn't, man. But yeah. All right, DC, you got anything more, bro?
Anything you looking forward to as far as this game comes Sunday, Super Bowl?
All right, so let's talk about it, man. So this Sunday, man, we have the Super Bowl coming up. We have the Eagles and the Kansas City going to the desert to State Farm Stadium in Phoenix. I'm excited for this game to see who wins. Hopefully, it's a good competitive game. I want at least anywhere from 4 to 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
From who, don't matter, but hopefully it comes more for the Eagles because I picked the Eagles on this game right here. I just feel like the Eagles have a better team from both sides of the ball. Now, with Chiefs, now the quarterback's better.
Right.
Their offense is a little bit more better. But I feel the offense from the Eagles is balanced.
Right.
They got to run and they can pass.
Yes.
With the Chiefs, I just feel like the only option is to pass. You know, but if you can contain Mahomes, which is, you know, what I'm trying to say is the way you beat Mahomes is if you kill the clock.
Yeah.
You run. The best way to beat him is by him sitting down the bench.
There you go.
You know, because if you want to go for a shootout, Mahomes going to win. Bro.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So how about you, DC?
I'm with you. I'm taking the Eagles. And mainly because, like you were just saying, I think that defensive line of the Eagles will be able to apply pressure to Mahomes to make him move around. Now, he can move, but I don't think he's as good with the injury. I think they're going to really force him to work on that bad ankle. And that's going to be the difference in the game. Like you said, they got two receivers, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
I'm expecting one of those guys to get off, probably Smith.
Yeah.
And I can remember before we started the season, my breakout player of the year was going to be Devontae Smith of the Eagles. And he turned out, he led the Eagles in receptions with 95. He's got the record for all-time Eagles receptions.
Yeah.
But, Brown had more yards than him. So either one of those guys can kill you. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
And, of course, Hurts can kill you with his legs.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I'm taking the Eagles. It's tough to bet against Mahomes, but, man, right about now, man, the Eagles is going to be it for me. And a lot of people say, well, the Eagles had the easiest schedule all year long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, before the season started, nobody wasn't picking them to win a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Now all of a sudden they got there,
exactly.
and they had the easiest schedule. But nobody was picking them when the season started. Everybody was all Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City, those teams. Some people still picking the Rams.
Yeah.
And now we get to this point, they had the easiest schedule. I mean, you play what they put in front of you. You can't change the schedule. Once the schedule is set, it's set.
Yeah.
And Mahomes and Hurts were number 1 and 2 in QBR passing from the pocket. Think about this. These are both guys who led the NFL from passing inside the pocket. So that tells you everything you need to know. Of course, Hurts got legs, but he ain't all legs.
Yeah.
And Lamar is different.
Yeah.
He can beat you from the pocket or if he needs to run. And that's why I feel like the Eagles going to have an edge on this one.
Yeah, man. Like, I look. So on this one right here, man, like, I get it, man. This is a new Eagles team from 2017.
Yeah.
This ain't the team that went back to the Super Bowl. Now, you have some players that are still right there, but this is a new coach, a new quarterback, which I plays a big factor in it. But you have some people from the past regime still in there, like the center, Kelsey.
Yep, I think Goddard was on that team too.
Goddard, Goddard was in it too. Let me see who else was in it.
Maybe was it Lane Johnson, one of the linemen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about 3 or 4 of them, but
yeah,
there's 3 of them left.
So, it's some experience, but it's not like Kansas City, man. Like, pretty much this coach has been there with the quarterback. And that right there is the stage is not too big for him.
Right.
I'm trying to say it right now.
Right.
That's the only thing I might put against the Eagles is the stage might be the experience might be too big for them right now. But who knows, man? Who knows? But they do have a better team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And the offense is balanced. They don't have to depend just on the running and the passing. They depend on both. Mahomes, I feel like they only depend on the passing, but their defense is questionable. It's not as good as the Eagles.
Right.
But yeah, man. Eagles. Yeah. That's who I got. And if the Eagles win, I say they win by a touchdown, no more than that.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even expect it to be a blowout because both of these teams can play from behind if they need to. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it, man. Yeah. Like you say, 4 to 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That should be very doable in this game.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
And I just hope it's not a boring Super Bowl, bro. Yeah. I want to see fireworks for every touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know which player I want to see ball out from the Kansas City side of the ball, bro?
Who that?
I want to see Kelsey blow out on this one, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see Kelsey with 1 touchdown and 115 yards.
Yeah.
And and I want to see Mahomes throw at least 2 touchdowns, bro. At least 2.
Don't be surprised Kelsey don't get 10 catches at least this game, man.
Yeah.
Mahomes gonna feed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna feed him. He's tough to deal with, man, for his linebackers.
Yeah.
And Mahomes can find him.
Yeah, absolutely. So what player do you want to see that does good?
I'm going back on the Eagles side. I want to see Devontae Smith.
You want to see?
I want to see him do it, man, because I've always liked him, even when he was in Alabama, man. Just a lot of people counting him out because he's a little small, skinny kid, but he can play, and he's showing everybody he can play. And now he's going to get the opportunity on this stage right here to show up and show out. And that's what I'm going to be looking forward to, man.
Devontae Smith reminds me of Tyreek Hill, man. Yeah. That same play style, man.
Yeah.
Like, them suckers can be anywhere in the field, bro.
Yeah.
But it's what they do after the catch.
Yes, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like he catch it for 10 yards.
Yeah.
Bro, after that he could get another 15 more.
Maybe a touchdown because ain't too many go catch him from behind, you know.
Mm-mm.
And he won the Heisman as a receiver, in which that's hard to do.
Exactly.
To win the Heisman Trophy as a receiver.
It's usually running backs or quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing if he's gonna have a big game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Other than that, DC, man, you got anything else, my boy?
You know, and with the Eagles, I was just thinking about the 49ers, and they said Brock Purdy. He's gonna probably be out for the whole year now.
Oh yeah,
so,
I heard about that, man.
That's gonna change a lot of stuff. Now that if Brock Purdy's got to miss the whole year, that's gonna throw a wrench in the plans of them trying to move away from Trey Lance. Because they may have to stick around and stick with him. Because they say he's got to have Tommy John surgery, and if that's the case, that's a whole year out for Brock Purdy.
So you really thought that the 49ers was going to stick with Purdy?
Yeah, I think they're going to probably. There's a real good chance that they stuck with him. They probably would have came into camp with an open competition. Yeah, they see what they can do with him. You see how far they got with him.
Yeah.
So and Lance is a first round pick. He's gonna cost you more money.
Mm-hmm.
He's going into his third year.
Mm-hmm.
So Purdy's on his first year. If he wouldn't have got hurt, I think they would have held an open quarterback competition, but I think they would have ended up giving it to Purdy.
Yeah.
And if anybody would have asked for Trey Lance in a deal, I think they would have moved him for some compensation draft picks.
Yeah.
I'd really do. And he would have just went to this draft this year, picked up another guy in the 5th round or something like that just to put him behind Purdy. Yeah, we know Garoppolo's gone.
All right, man, you know what? I'm gonna. All right, so what draft was old boy drafted in
Lance?
Lance.
I think it was 20? Maybe 2020.
20?
I think so.
All right. I want to see if the Niners didn't go that route. I want to see.
They moved up to get him. I remember that.
Was it 20?
Was it 21? 20?
Well, what pick was it? You remember?
He like the top 3.
All right, no, so 21 then.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, man, because I gotta see this, bro. Like I want to see. I want to see because this dude, the first year he was on the bench behind Garoppolo, and then this year he got hurt, you know, and I want to see what happened, bro. All right, so so 20 and 21. Okay, so that season, I mean, this draft right here. Oh, first overall was Trey Lance. Number 2, Zach Wilson with the Jets.
Yes,
and then number 3, it was San Francisco with Trey Lance. And then number 4 was Atlanta with Kyle Pitts. God, man.
Yeah.
And then number 5 was Cincinnati with the 5th round pick. 5th overall pick with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Then Miami with Waddle, bro.
Just
imagine, bro. All right, so all right, so San Francisco was in what spot? Let me see right here. I want to see if they got it.
They swapped with Miami, I think. Was it Miami they swapped with?
Well, Miami? But which one? Was it the 18th pick? Because Miami has 2 picks in this round right here. Yeah, it was the 18th. 18th. 18th, bro. I don't know why I couldn't say the 18th. Bro, it was the 18.
Yep.
18 pick. There we go. All right. So, and right there, Miami picked with that 18th pick. They picked edge rusher Georgie Rezus.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
from where?
From he came from Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, edge rusher right there with that pick right there. So, all right. So let's say that if San Francisco would have stayed at the 18th pick, bro, they could have got. Let me see who else. Man, they could have got a running back, Najee Harris. They could have got.
The Steelers took him, yeah.
Or they could have got running back Travis Etienne.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Or offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood.
Yes.
From
They didn't need him. He already out of the league, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders.
From Alabama.
Yeah.
He was a bust.
Let me see who else they could have got, bro. They could have got maybe Xavier Collins from Tulsa,
Okay.
a linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like they could have gone so many ways with this, man. Jeez.
Yes. Yeah.
And all that to move up, and potentially you might even keep him, bro.
That's right.
You could have got you Waddle or something, or Jamal Chase, or Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Man.
Now when you look back on it, yeah.
Bro, man, this class right here has some receivers, though.
Yeah. It was
That's
a big
awesome,
receiver
man.
class. Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
That one in the next year after, was it 22? They had big receiver than that one. That was last year, I think.
Man, bro. They gave so much.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know. But San Francisco, man.
Yeah.
All right, so what else you want? What else you want to talk about, DC?
Man, I think that's about it, Fredo.
You think so, bro?
Yeah.
We got the Super Bowl coming up.
So with the Super Bowl being here, Fredo.
Let's talk about the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
All right. So I got a suggestion.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my theories. I heard it on TikTok. It was a channel called Picks and Pancakes. He has a theory that instead of playing the Pro Bowl as it is right now with flag football, why not have the last two teams, the last place teams?
Yes.
Like this year would have been the Bears.
I've heard of that. I've heard of this before.
The Bears and the Texans play for the first overall
pick.
That will be your Pro Bowl game right there.
Yes. I'm all for that. I'm all for that, man.
You know, I'll say to myself,
I'm all for that, man. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
Because the winner gets the first overall.
Yep. I know it.
Yeah, man, that'd be badass, man.
Because, and plus they got to figure out how to pay those guys because their paychecks are based on a 17-game schedule. And I don't know if the players will want to do that because, believe it or not, the players really don't care about the draft. That's where the problem comes in because they feel like, hey, there's somebody finna lose a spot.
or how about this? How about a competition between the two general managers of the team?
Something different, huh?
Something entertaining, man. Something to look forward to.
But I would love to see the last two teams play each other for that spot.
Yeah, absolutely,
man.
So, all right. So I didn't watch the Pro Bowl this year. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you, man. But you say you watched it, so can you give us your thoughts on the Pro Bowl?
I watched the flag football portion. I watched the 3 games of flag football. It was interesting because those guys do get a little bit chippy out there. I seen another one play where Tyreek Hill was going in for a score, and Jalen Ramsey just leveled him.
Okay,
he actually they threw a flag for tackling. Okay, yeah. But I liked the event where the offensive lineman had to move all these weights off this machine and put them into a basket, and then they have to go. It looked like the chain that the referee have.
Okay.
And they had to grab that chain, and it's tied to this huge metal sled. And it was like 5 NFC, 5 AFC.
Okay.
They had to take all their weights off of it. Then they have to go up there, and they have to grab that chain, and they have to drag that huge sled across the line. And whichever team got across the line first was awarded the points. It was interesting. The big guys out there, strong guys.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it was different. It was different, man. But there was a lot of people there. From the shots I was seeing in the crowd, there was lots of people there.
Yeah.
And the guys seemed like they really had a good time.
Yeah.
So it was okay. Something new. I'm sure they'll tweak it.
The whole concept of having these superstars from every team in one building is awesome, especially like from a fan's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You hope to see at least some entertaining stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we are, man, we're spectators, man, and we want to see something entertaining. It's awesome that you get to see these players, but also you would like to see a game,
right?
Like an actual game out of it,
right?
The best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
You got your best offensive linemen, your best receivers, your best quarterbacks, your best linebackers, your best corners, all in one building. And you would love to see a real contact sport,
right?
And I get it, man. Like it's not. You're playing for nothing. You at this point, you're just playing for bragging rights. But I wish they could change stuff up, man, to make it at least entertaining to the point that, like if you want to give the the fan experience, to,
Right.
you know, to something to watch, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give us something, man.
Yeah.
You know,
In the NFL, they got enough money to make it more interesting. I think the losing side, NFC, they got $62 million each, and the winner side get like $62,000, and the winner side get like $120,000
per player.
But I know they got more money. They can hustle up more money than that. The NFL can. They got unlimited amounts of money.
Yeah.
You can pay these players a little more to do something a little more competitive.
Yeah. So overall, like, what would you rate the Pro Bowl experience for you? Like,
out of a 10, probably a 6. But like I said, I didn't get to watch everything. I just watched those flag football games and pulling of the sled.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see anything Thursday or Friday night.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll get on YouTube and check it out. Check out some highlights.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just didn't care too much about that, man. Yeah. What else, DC?
Before we go, Fredo, it's Super Bowl. I mean, you gonna cook? What's gonna be your go-to food for Super Bowl Sunday, man?
Shit. So, all right. So, in a perfect Super Bowl party, all right. It really depends, man. All right. So, I love wings.
Yep.
Wings are awesome.
Yep.
Now, to me, I love fajitas as well.
Mm-hmm.
Give me fajitas, rice and beans, a brisket. If you're gonna do brisket, give me brisket. Dips.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a big fan of cream cheese with some Velveted cheese and some ground beef. Give me that. Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Big fan of those.
Yes.
With the cream cheese, with the weenie wrapped around bacon. Shout out to my father-in-law, man. He makes some bomb ass jalapeno poppers. What's it called? Like, let me see what else. Pizza, bro. Like,
no, I've never been a fan of the pizza on Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, man, you got to ball out,
That's
bro.
what I'm talking about. Yeah,
man, you got all out. Like, man, you got to put something in the grill, man.
That pit smoking.
Sausage, man.
Yes.
Like me, I love a good crispy sausage, man.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but yeah. Let me see what else. Or of course, that the people that don't know, I'm not a drinker,
right?
So of course, I stick to the sodas and those fruit drinks.
Yeah.
Let me see what else, man. Oh, desserts. You gotta have desserts. I'll take a banana pudding.
Yeah.
I'll take an apple pie. Cookies. I'll take a cookie.
Yeah.
Cupcakes. I'll take that. Let me see what else, man. All right. I do have one rule.
What's that?
When it comes to the Super Bowl, when I say I watch the Super Bowl, I watch from the commercials to the games to the halftimes to the end of it.
Yes.
To the broadcast.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I enjoy watching stuff like that.
Yes.
I like to see the commercials. There's some funny ones, man. And I also like to see everything going around the halftime as well. To me, so far the best one out of the past, I want to say 5 years. There's two that stick out to me. The Snoop Dogg with Dr. Dre and Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent. That was a good one.
Yes.
But to me, the best one right now, I'll have to say performance and song wise, I like that Jennifer Lopez and Shakira one with Bad Bunny.
Yeah. That was like 3 years ago. 18, wasn't that? Or 19?
No, that's 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah,
in
3
Miami.
years ago. Yeah.
Miami. So far, those are the ones that stuck out to me for the past couple of years. But yeah, man, like I like to watch all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And then when the Super Bowl ends, I get sad, bro, because I realize that, damn, man, this seems like came and went, bro.
I know it, man.
And
it goes fast.
It goes by quick, real quick. It does, man. But how about you, DC? Well, what are the things that you like and don't like?
The wings, gonna be the wings off top.
No, I gotta ask you this, man. Are you a blue cheese guy?
Can't stand it. Will not eat it. I'm gonna be a ranch guy. Can't do blue cheese.
So
cannot do it, man.
So this is like, all right. So I learned a fun fact by our producer Steven. He has a story.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he wants to tell it or not, but he told me a story why he doesn't love blue cheese. I don't know, Steven, you want to tell it, bro? Well, do you mind if I tell it? All right.
Oh boy.
So we went to go get some wings,
Uh-huh.
and he ordered some ranch, but I noticed that he didn't touch the ranch. And he said, "Hey, if y'all want my ranch, y'all can take it." I was like, "Nah, if it's blue cheese, I'll take it. I love blue cheese, especially the chunky kind. I love it."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "No, I'm not gonna take it. It's ranch, Like I don't want ranch with my wings." And then we finished eating, and he was like, out of nowhere, "I'm gonna tell you why I don't like blue cheese." I was like, "All right, what happened?" He said one day he got home, he had wings, and he used to love blue cheese.
Uh-huh.
He said he had a container like this much filled, and he killed the whole thing. He opened it, got his wings, started dipping it, finished the food. He said later on that day, he woke up not feeling well. He goes back, looks at the container, the blue cheese had expired. So ever since then, he doesn't like blue cheese anymore.
Oh.
He used to be a big fan of it.
Oh.
So that's his reason behind it. When he told me that, I was like, damn, I'm sorry that had to happen to you.
Oh,
you know, but blue cheese does expire, I want to say a little bit more quickly than ranch.
Right.
Just because especially it has chunk of cheese.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about it, you couldn't even tell when you was eating it, though. That's another reason. Because when it smells, it's got a terrible smell, man. That's part of the reason right there.
Yeah. But that was Steven's story why he doesn't love blue cheese. And he made a face when you said blue cheese. He's like, yeah, I agree with you. But but you can't see his face, man. Like, hopefully in the future we can put a camera on Steven.
Yeah.
When he makes his little reactions, man.
I'm good with some ribs, some baby back ribs. Also, with the wings.
Yeah.
Like the fajitas. Yeah, that's almost a must. The queso dip, the cheese dip. But I'm more of a pork sausage in it versus the beef.
Oh,
like a roll of pan sausage.
Yes,
like some Jimmy Dean or something. You fry it up and you put it in there. Yeah,
yes.
You gotta have that. That's a staple with the wings. Like you say, the brisket is good. And I'm not a big sweets eater. I don't eat very many sweets.
Yeah.
So my daughter, she may bake some cookies or some cinnamon rolls or something like that. But for the most part, that's it. That's about it, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So what about you? Like, do you look forward to the commercials?
Oh yeah. Every year, man. Every year, like you say, I don't mind a little small talk, but I don't just want to sit there and hold no conversation with nobody like you doing this. I'm like, hey, man, it's so much good. It's something from the time they flip the coin or the national anthem. From that point on, it's always something. Because as soon as they start, the commercials start. Whether you realize it or not, the commercials already started. So, and I like the commercials, most of them anyway.
And you know the other thing about me is, I love to watch football with football heads.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
We could talk about it here and there, but within certain people, we have rules.
Yes.
Like, a real football head.
Yep.
Like I can't come over here and then go somewhere else and entertain and talk, and I'm missing like a whole quarter.
There you go.
I can't do that, man. Either we do that before or after the game.
Right.
Like coming an hour early, we could chop it up, talk about the game here and there. But, there's some people that are like, I'd rather not hang out with.
Right. It's because it's just a background thing. It's just a reason to get together. They don't really care about the game. They just care about the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. And that's why, I like, my guy friends that do come over. I want them to bring their wives. So you're going to entertain my wife. You know? You go. And they could be right there talking, and say, hey, man, if you want to watch the game, let's watch it. But don't tell me who's the best player from what team, or
right.
like,
I want you to get a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, it's like I want you to show up, and if you want to talk to me, know everything about the team already. The team's in there, and and don't ask me who's playing the halftime. It's like,
really? That's why you have to be very careful when people invite you over for Super Bowl parties. You have to consider the source sometimes.
Yeah.
Like who's really asking me and who's going to really be there.
Yeah.
That really care about the game and not just to go to eat and chit chat.
Hopefully one day, DC, we could set it up. That'd be like let's say like you, me, Jerron, and like friends that we play fantasy with.
Right,
You know,
right.
and hopefully one day we can record that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, me and Steven have talked about this. I would love for all of us, like football heads, just to be in there, actually be into the game,
Yeah.
And like, and I want to see how that will play out.
Right.
Right. That'd be awesome, man. But I love the Super Bowl, the everything from the parties to the halftimes to the food, all that stuff, man. It's a staple. It's a holiday, man.
Ain't no doubt. That's exactly right. Holiday.
Yeah. And that's why people get written up 2 points if you call in the next day. Like I want to say there's more call-ins in the day after Super Bowl than the day after Thanksgiving.
I believe it. Ain't no doubt.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt, Fredo, man.
Yeah. All right. So we know what you like from the foods. You want to start off a little bet right now?
What's that?
So, who do you think scores first? All right,
AJ Brown, the first touchdown.
Okay,
AJ Brown.
So you say the Eagles score first with AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins the coin toss?
Eagles.
All right, heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails. Okay.
Yep.
Let me see what else. Who gets the first penalty?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Chiefs for holding. Offensive holding. One of the linemen gonna hold
because they're gonna bring it. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who makes the first field goal?
Oh boy, I don't know if anybody gonna be willing to take. I think Butker. Harrison Butker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who makes the longest field goal?
Butker.
Okay. 50 plus?
I don't know if they're going to be in that position. I'm going to go with the longest field goal, probably going to be about 46.
In the whole game?
In the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a 50-yarder.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else. All right. Which running back scores a rush the first touchdown?
You know what? It might be Pacheco. It might be Pacheco. They might change their game plan up a little bit and give Pacheco some runs.
I say Hurts.
Yeah.
I say Hurts scores the first rushing touchdown.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. Let me see what else. All right. So we know that the Eagles are going to wear their green home jerseys, so that forces the Chiefs to wear the white ones.
Right.
And they said that overall, the span of the Super Bowl era, where's the white wins.
Right. Yeah.
Do you believe in that?
No, because I think just a couple of years ago, the Chiefs wore red and won. Who did they win their last one against? I can't remember who it was, but I think they wore red and won. And I think the last one the Eagles played in, I think they wore their green.
The green?
And won 5 years ago. I think they had on green when they won that one.
So maybe the Eagles win then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm picking.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But you are right. I think it's only happened like 3 times or so.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare that for some reason the team wearing white wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, DC?
I think that's gonna wrap it up, Fredo.
How about you, Steven? That's it. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Fredo, next week before we go, we got a week to think about this. When you get off today, next week we're gonna have one of your favorite plays, or do you think one of the best plays ever in Super Bowl history? Okay. And we'll talk about it next week.
Oh man, I can tell you right now.
And if you're listening to it, you can go to the YouTube and put in your favorite play that you think ever happened in the Super Bowl.
All right, let us know. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Let us know which has been your favorite Super Bowl, what play, and why.
Yeah.
So we can next week we could talk and discuss about that. Yeah. And as we give you all that assignment to do, don't be afraid, man, please. And also we tell you the ones that we like. I already know which one I got top of my head, but I'm gonna write it down for you, DC.
Okay.
And give you my explanation why.
Okay.
And there's a story behind mine. It's funny behind it, man. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited about that. So yeah. And anything else, DC?
Yeah. And anything y'all want to put on any questions? Like if you want put your favorite Super Bowl foods on there. Anything we talk about, you can put it on there. Let us know.
Are you a blue cheese type of guy?
Yeah,
you a ranch type of guy? Do you like a dry wing? Do you like a sauce wing?
That's right.
You know,
lemon pepper or what? Do you smoked or grilled or fried? However you want it.
How about you, DC?
I'm a deep fried.
You like
always
deep fried? Deep fried?
Yeah, and tossed.
You know, we're talking about food right now. I got to ask you this question, man. franchise wise of wings, you know, you got your wing stops.
Yep.
You got your Buffalo Wild Wings. Which other one, Steven? We got out there.
You got Wings
Hooters.
and more? Hooters, yeah.
You got your Twin Peaks. You got your Bombshells.
Yeah.
Who makes the best wings for you?
Oh man, for me it's gonna be Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild?
That's what my go-to is. But a lot of times you got some of these smaller mom and pop places that ain't franchises.
Yeah.
And you walk in, they got pretty good wings too.
So,
what about you?
Since you said that, I was gonna give two of them. To me, to this day, I think Hooters wings are the best ones.
Really?
Yes. People give me heck about that, bro.
Yeah.
They're like, really? You like that? It's like, I like the Hooters original wings.
Okay.
All right. You know, the breaded one.
Yeah.
With their sauce. To me, I don't know why. It brings me joy, brings me happiness. I love them. With blue cheese. But if you're a Houston native, I love chimichangas wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had them.
You never had chimichangas?
I've heard good stuff about them. I never had them.
No, you never had chimichangas? Now, if you ever come to Houston, go to Chimichangas, the one at MLK Boulevard. Go to that location. That one does not have any feathers. All right. The other ones might have some feathers, but at least that one right there does not. And their wings are the best ones, bro.
I tried it one day. MLK.
Oh yeah. All right. So we always get sidetracked, DC.
That's it, Fredo.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it. Steven, how about you, bro?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube. If you want just to hear us, go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Well, we're right there in those platforms as well. Please submit any questions, any concerns you got right there on the YouTube page. Hit us up a comment. You know, tell us how you're feeling. You know, hopefully everything's going good in your life. But from Fredos Football Talk, appreciate y'all tuning in. And we see y'all next week with the Super Bowl results. Go Eagles. DC?
Later,
man.